today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's Week 7 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Los Angeles Rams taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Rams. And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a former Pro Bowl quarterback out of the University of Georgia, Matthew Stafford. Stafford on first down. He finds Hopkins complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Akers, complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Charles, first drive here, little safe. Trying to find Cup, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And the return will stop right around the 25. So here are the 49ers and their offense in great field position already. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Play fake. Lance gets this one to Juszczyk. And he is going to have a 49ers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength. You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And it's caught. Touchdown. Deebo Samuel, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are on the board first on the road here in L.A. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Matthew Stafford and the rest of the Rams offense set to take over once more. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Niners will go on offense 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. They run the counter. It's Mitchell. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd down at 4. They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Lance now to throw. Able to complete this one to McLeod.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now they'll hand it off to Wilson.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
Now Lance. Flush to his right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the 49ers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. And oh, he clanks it off the right upright. And it's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Maurice Hurst Breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, he'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Stafford. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Samson Ebukam make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Here's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, Mitchell. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And some nice running, going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 32. It's a 5-yard pickup that time on what will wind up being the final play of this first quarter. 13-0 is the score after 1 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Mitchell. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And now they'll throw with Lance. And that is incomplete. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. The Niners on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. The kick by Gold is good. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again, Matthew Stafford trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. Akers has got the 1st down and then some. And all the way up to the 45-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Akers hit. He coughs it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, it's Henderson, and he'll get it down here to the 43.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Javon Kinlaw gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Atwell here. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The Rams on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Stafford. Throw right side. Going to be taken in by Henderson. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39. And obviously that's well short of the first. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out, and he's going to miss this one. That is no good, well outside the left upright, and this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. He's obviously a bit of a shorter running back. Sometimes when he goes up the middle like that, he gets lost in there, and then he pops out for 10, 20 yards.
I actually asked NFL linebackers if that was true. Do you actually lose sight of some of the smaller running backs? And all of them confirmed that that can be a problem. Think of it this way. 2 of the top running backs in NFL history.
That's caught by Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. Deebo Samuel with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the add on to their first half lead. Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 23. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And now let's look at the quarterback, Matthew Stafford, in our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
On first down, Stafford here. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a toss running left, Akers. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for L.A. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
But defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. The Niners on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. On play action, Lance. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. He and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This will be the first red zone opportunity now for the Rams. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. His throw caught at about the 5.
And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on.
Don't do us like that.
So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out.
And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Allen Robinson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Rams are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead's down to 2 scores now at 16. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
A final shot before half for Lance.
And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in the second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
They're going to run the sweep. It's Samuel. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Throwing his Lance on third down. They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
So that'll back him up 5. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Gets past one man. Will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abukum in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
From the shotgun, here's a give to Akers.
Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Throwing is Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Trey Lance and the 49ers set to go back on offense here.
And we'll see if he opts for a heavier dose of running plays because running is where they've had more success than in the passing game.
And the way they've spread it around to different people running it as well. It's not just been one principal guy who's carried the thing and moved the game forward for them. Whoever has touched it has given them good yardage. I think he's going to stay with that game plan. It takes the pressure off of him as a thrower.
And a team effort, and they're winning on the scoreboard.
And they'll try the jet sweep here. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it.
And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. following the fumble recovery. Stafford. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now Stafford. Over the middle. That's hauled in by Cup.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. They snap it to Stafford.
Got an open man finding Jefferson.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, Stafford. This one to the left to Higbee. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
On the handoff, it's Akers.
And he takes it across for a Rams touchdown.
Cam Akers.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
It's a run with Akers.
And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the Jets sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is going to have a Niners first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Lance, a give now to Sermon.
And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off at the 45. And he'll take it across midfield and down the 48-yard line. After the interception, here's Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Rams on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
Looking underneath, he's got Akers.
Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And his throw is incomplete. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And Lance going to throw. Flushed out right, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a first down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th.
Play action. Now it's Lance.
Steps away to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Shotgun now for Lance.
Escaping the pressure right.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance.
That's caught out right by Jennings. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line.
I want to take your role, partner, but up in the 4th quarter and going for it on 4th down and picking it up. How about that?
A big chance. That's why football is not for the faint of heart. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Working from the gun, Lance.
Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it third down.
Another nice pickup through the air. And I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon. But with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And now here's Goodwin with it on the jet sweep. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now there's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Gold is able to put it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that's, CD, an important one here in the fourth quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And down he goes. The 49ers get there.
Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Gold to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now the Rams have got it going the other way. Now he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. That catch, by the way, number 542 in his NFL career. That draws him level with Lance Allworth, who was a Hall of Famer with the Chargers back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, the man they called Bambi. So if you're in that type of territory, catch the same number of passes he caught, you know.
And he caught it up. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
2nd and 7. Off of play action, here's Lance. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And they fake it. They pitch to the tight end.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
L.A. readies for its next possession. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Meanwhile, Stafford's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. They'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Stafford, that ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. Again, it's Stafford. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Stafford's throw pulled in by Robinson here. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Stafford now to throw. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. He's got Higbee complete right side. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown. Oh, but there is a marker on the field. So now the question, who is this on? And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure. But that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready. Because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
And the 49er hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Mitchell. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Lance now to throw.
That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. The Rams going to be forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. I don't want to make a story where there's not one, but he threw the 3 interceptions last week. Looked a little uncomfortable. He looks much more comfortable today.
Yeah, just one pick so far and his team leads. So now they can play complementary football, meaning if he takes care of the ball and his offense, if they're humming along, the defense doesn't have to be out there as long. He's taking care of his guys on the other side of the ball.
They're enjoying a fourth quarter advantage.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Eluding the pressure right. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be a second down. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. So the victory here for San Francisco, and we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Niners, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll return home next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Rams, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.